Yeah. Just checking to see that there's nothing new or something I need here. There's nothing up ahead as far as I can see.
Snake.
Did you find it?
No, I haven't found out about the override system yet, but I found Baker's ulterior motive.
He's just looking to get rich, isn't he?
That's part of it. Arms Tech is in much worse financial trouble than I thought.
I know they lost their bid to make the next generation fighter jet. That, plus the reduction in SDI spending.
It looks like there was even some talk of a hostile takeover.
Everything was riding on this project, I guess.
And it looks like they were paying a lot of bribe money to the DARPA chief.
Bribe money, huh?
Yeah. And Baker was a big proponent of the nuclear deterrent theory.
I see. So anyway, what about the override?
Just give me a little bit longer.
Now I'm just gonna wake this guy up, and then we are going to go into another cutscene with Liquid Snake and Revolver Ocelot. First, I'm just gonna try to get this guy to wake up. And again, sorry about this, but I just have to. I'm sorry. But after this guy, I don't think there's any more, so this is probably the last time I do this. If I don't remember, if I'm not mistaken. I think this is the final dog tag guy. Or final guy with dog tag. All the remaining soldiers or guards that might come up are either guards I've already taken or guards I'm just supposed to fight, you know. Which there aren't that many of anyway, so yeah, if I'm not mistaken, this is the last time. And he's almost awake. There we go.
Freeze.
Help.
No!
I'm just going to check there's nothing over here. Don't think there is, but no. And you can see Liquid walking around in there. You can't leave it alone, can you? I mean, I'm sorry, I mean that this game just has to include those dumb scenes and dumb moments like that. I mean, even that was a very, very short, very, very brief moment, but why did you need that? Why didn't Snake need to do a somersault or what it's called, or is that what it's called? Somersault? Flip? Whatever. Around the door there. You didn't do that in original, you didn't need it here. It's just... yeah. And that's not a major thing, but it's just... why?
Liquid. I'm sure neither you nor Mr.
Anyway,
Galukovich would really
this scene
like to see a nuclear bomb dropped on your motherland, right?
just
But
involves
why?
Liquid
There's
basically
nothing
explaining what he plans to
Oh,
do and who he
It's a
plans to
nuclear
bomb.
test site.
A nuclear test site.
If we nuke a major population center, the game's over. But a nuclear explosion at a test site can still be concealed from the public. Meanwhile, Washington will be worried about the retaliatory strike from China.
That'll probably mean top-secret talks between both countries' leaders.
Of course. And in the process, the president will be forced to divulge the existence of a new and highly destabilizing nuclear weapon to the Chinese. What do you think that will do to the US's reputation? Or the president's?
And with the CTBT, that means that China and India... I see.
Yes. When the other countries hear about the new weapon, they'll all want to contact us. Washington won't be very happy when we start selling their own system to the highest bidders.
You see, that's his plan.
Yes, the president will
He-
break. He will give in to our demands.
Big Boss's DNA.
Actually plans to sell Rex.
$1 billion. All for money.
Well, they actually...
That money will be used to cure our genome soldiers as well. I'm also including the Fox dye vaccine in our demands.
Fox dye. It killed Octopus and the Arms Tech president. So it's true that it affects older people first. Mantis might not have been affected because he wore a mask.
Wolf wasn't infected either. Perhaps due to those tranquilizers she always took.
Something to do with amphetamine and adrenaline levels in the blood. They deployed a product still in development into live combat. No surprise it was unreliable. They must have been desperate.
In any case, have you heard from your friend Colonel Sergei Golukovich at Spetsnaz yet?
He still has doubts about the ability of Metal Gear. He said we can talk after Metal Gear's
I'm
test
sorry, I'm not
launch is
talking much
successful.
right now. I just don't really have much to say yet. But there is something coming up at the end of this
Nothing to
scene,
worry
which
about. The Colonel wants
I-
Metal Gear and a new
it's
nuclear
really
weapon so
kind of
bad
weird.
you can taste it.
it's basically how
Russia wants
that
to
scene
regain its
ends and what
position as a
happens
military
afterwards.
superpower. They need to reinforce their nuclear
That might be
arsenal.
something that
They
is
need a nuclear
that
weapon
is
that
like
won't be
this
intercepted.
only on this
Metal
difficulty,
Gear
but
will allow them to gain first strike
it has something to do with the difficulty I
over the rest of
selected.
the
But
world.
yeah,
Their regular
point it out,
army is
and
in
I'll-
shambles,
yeah, I'll
and
show
they
it to
think
you-
they
I'll
can
point it out to you
restore
what I
our
mean, but
country's military power
it's
with
something that
nuclear weapons?
I think is really weird, because if
He's no warrior,
it's like
he's-
that, no
he's
matter
a
what difficulty you have it on,
Maybe
then
so.
something
He's the one who gave us the Hind.
then
and
yeah,
most of our other heavy firepower.
He's got over 1,000 soldiers under his command. If we joined forces, we could put up quite a resistance here. Since Mantis died, the genome soldiers' brainwashing has started to wear off. I'm worried about the men's morale. An alliance with the Russians would boost that as well.
What are you saying?
We're not going anywhere. We're going to dig in here. It's going to be a long war.
We could still escape.
We have the new nuclear power, and we're going to ally with Golukovich's forces.
Are you going to fight the whole world?
And what's wrong with that? Fighting the whole world? From here, we can launch a nuclear warhead at any target on this planet. A nuclear warhead invisible to radar and totally immune to interception. And on top of that, this base is full of spare nuclear warheads. Once we get the DNA and the money, the world will be ours.
But boss, what about your promise to Colonel Golukovich?
I have no interest in the revival of Mother Russia.
You're not thinking of reviving Big Boss's dream.
Even this scene has some weird acting as well. I would call not the voice acting, but the movements and stuff of the characters, and it's not the worst again, but it's just that thing with the arm there and all that.
Boss,
It's just
you're not worried about
it's
the
not
power
necessary.
being overridden? If the code is entered again,
Anyway,
we deactivate
now you see that. No,
need to worry.
you didn't see it that
The
well in
DARPA
this
chief
version,
and
actually.
The Arms Tech president are both dead.
Because in the original you see
know how the override
very clearly
system
that
works.
Ocelot is looking at a monitor seeing Snake.
Don't you know?
He didn't have any keys.
And here, I guess you're supposed
Good.
to
Then
believe
no
that that's
one
what's
can
going on
stop
here too, but
Metal Gear now.